Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, we're going to check out the 4th episode of Netflix's Dragon Age Absolution. This is episode 4, and once again, another great title for this episode. These titles have been pretty damn good for this show. Episode 4 is titled, Those Who Falsely Dream. I really like that title. It's a really, really good title. So the end of last episode wasn't a cliffhanger necessarily, but was a major, wait, what moment? Like, what just happened? And then of course it cuts to credits, is the rest of the team, the remaining 4, because Hira, of course, is trapped and she's going back down to where the dragon is awakening and everything, and she can't get out because of that magical barrier or whatever. And Miriam tried so hard, but Hira just can't get out. So Miriam ultimately failed, but Hira's like, I'm going to save you, but we didn't see her die, so I don't, she's not dead yet, but I hope that they don't kill her off, but I feel like they're probably going to. And of course, Fairbanks is dead, of course, betraying Hira and everything, and taking the whatever word they call that thing, the ring, the blood-infused ring, the whole point of this team. And the remaining 4 are about to get out, and then here comes a guard we've kind of seen a little bit, and then he gets killed. And I had to look this up. Rezarion, I had to remember that name because that name is just not clicking right now. But Rezarion kills him and goes, Miriam, it's you. Like, he's happy to see her. Welcome back, sister. Which my implication is because we've learned that she was enslaved where they're at right now in terms of this temple, this palace, whatever you want to call it. And there's a flashback with a boy when she was very young, and I'm assuming that's him, Rezarion. So I'm going to assume that he just kind of sees her as a sister. Like, they're not actually sister, but I'm also thinking maybe his father had relations with somebody else that gave birth to Miriam. I have no idea. So maybe they're kind of half brother, half sister. I have no idea. But I'm really curious to see what happens now. We're now past the halfway point. We only have 6 episodes. We've passed, of course, first 3 episodes. Now we're into episode 4. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do here. My guess is that we're going to learn the true connection to Miriam and Rezarion in this episode, I'm hoping. And I think the dragon is going to break through. I think the dragon is going to reveal itself, and it's going to be pretty crazy. So here we go, guys. Episode 4, Dragon Age Absolution. Those Who Falsely Dream. That was the title. Anyways, let's go.
Stay back!
It's okay, Miriam.
Oh, shit.
The guards, the theft, none of it matters.
Oh!
Killed my family, defender snake!
Oh, shit! Oh, he's powerful. I mean, I kind of figured he was. Oh, magic versus magic. Jesus, there's so much happening. My God. Jesus Christ! This fucking episode, holy shit!
Oh boy.
Ooh. Yeah, don't kill her. Wait. Wait. What?
What have you done to my brother?
Oh! Oh shit!
Trying to bring him back.
Oh, that's why he wants to use it. Oh shit. So maybe he actually is good? Oh, they're there too. Oh my God, they're there too. Jesus. You gotta run.
I ordered you to stay in the Divine's apartment.
Well,
I had everything under control.
Does this look like under control to you?
The thieves left one of their own behind.
Hira.
Get the thief in a cell and redirect anyone not fighting. Who were they? The thieves.
How should I know?
Don't play stupid. That elf had your name on her cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Rezarion, people died tonight because you didn't tell me everything.
My mother owned her. She was to be my
okay.
personal spy,
Oh,
assassin.
There are rules about runaway slaves.
She didn't
what's the
run.
rule?
It's
Oh.
complicated. I'm not slaughtering the innocent. I just need to contact Miriam. Once I do, she'll come back, return the circulum, and everyone wins.
If I find any evidence of blood magic, any at all,
You're in deep
I
shit.
will report you to the Divine.
I'll report you. Oh.
Understand?
So I'm assuming they're locked in, so they can't get out now.
How are you holding up?
Probably not good.
It's not helping.
I saw what I saw, Rolls. Miriam standing over Fairbanks.
No,
Hira's
Fairbanks
tail
was the
wrapped
betrayer,
up,
though.
And the magister that says she's his fucking family.
That Miriam lured us into stealing an artifact she didn't know existed to help a man she spent her life running from and got herself shot in the back.
I don't know what's going on, but my gut
I wish Miriam would
says
tell him, but unfortunately she's in pain right now. She can't tell him what happened.
And it's funny you keep insisting there's a traitor. Because you're the only one who wants to screw over everyone else.
Oh.
Whatever you decide, I won't blame you. All I ask is that you don't leave yet.
Trust me instead.
Just rolling. The guy who knows her and the guy who's been pretty good so far. I mean, at least he's... I think he's gonna break out, though. I think he's gonna break out. Oh, shit. Oh!
I guess we've both been through the wars today, brother. But don't
Yeah.
worry. There's just a little bit more.
I knew he was gonna do blood magic. I just knew it. I mean, he's not gonna listen to her. Whoa. That's cool.
I gotta take it out first, okay? Guys.
Healing? What happened?
Any time, Quiddian.
Someone's using blood magic.
And, you know, the
Oh.
sunset's fine too. What do you mean?
Well, this is not real.
I'd never leave you, Mary.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately you did, but...
A woman like that doesn't deserve your tears.
Oh. It's like, who is that? Okay, it's him.
Get away from me.
You can't harm me here because
Yeah, exactly.
we're inside your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing here is real except for us. You've been hurt, Miriam, but I can save you. You just need to hear me out first. Weren't we both happier then?
Well, you were into kids. Things were different back then.
I was
Yeah.
trapped. Now that really is impossible. It's not him in there. It's some demon.
For now.
For now, he
I
can...
needed to keep his body going. Finding a demon to it was the only option. You're Neb's twin. His blood runs
Twin.
through your veins,
Okay.
and without it, I can't perform the ritual. Don't you want things to be like they were?
He might be manipulating her. I don't... maybe he's lying, you know?
Like this?
Slaves should never
Yeah.
harm her betters.
Yep, this is the
That
flashback.
isn't fair, and you know it.
What?
I was a child.
You're the one who wanted to rifle through old memories.
Oh, shit.
Don't you want to see how well you protected us at your harrowing? Fight it, boy!
That's the mom. Yeah.
The harrowing in 300 years!
A bodyguard must serve their purpose.
Oh, shit.
Even to the end.
Oh, shit. So she got revenge. She got revenge. Jesus. So she was protecting herself from her demon brother and got revenge on the mom.
them both.
I'm assuming that's mom. Yeah.
I couldn't protect you. But things have changed.
Okay. How so?
You don't have to keep running, Miriam. Not from the past. not
I
from
want to believe
Mother,
this guy, but I don't.
Not from yourself. By the grace of the Maker, I will become the next divine. And together, the three of us can make Tevinter a better place for everyone.
No.
Doesn't want it.
What? This is the role you were born for.
But that she doesn't want the role.
To me,
Doesn't want
we'll
it.
always be family.
Whatever your intentions, I will never be a slave again.
Have you really ever been anything else? You were a petty thief bound to a string of
His
petty
real-
tyrants who cared less about
Yeah,
you
his
than the
real
most
intentions are
infernal.
coming out.
You contributed nothing but misery and achieved nothing.
Yeah, this
at
is
all.
this is him
You
who
were
he
nothing
truly
but a
is.
slave, Miriam.
You let me go once, Rezarion. I'm asking you to do it again.
I'm offering you purpose,
Well, but
a chance to change the world.
I'd rather die than be a thing again.
leave her. Let's let her be, man.
Are you sure about that, Miriam? You live because I will it.
Oh, because I will.
I don't
Wow.
want to hurt you.
Wow.
I will speak in a language you can understand. Give me the circulum, and I will give you the woman you so irrationally desire. Run.
Ultimatum.
And have her killed. Bring me the circulum,
The music, man.
and I will prove how wrong you are about everything.
No one like you think be checking everywhere. Suppose they haven't showed up there.
Hira's alive.
I gotta be honest with you guys, this might be the best episode of the show so far. Now, obviously, this is episode 4 out of 6 right now. Hopefully we get more, like more seasons and shit, because I want more of this. Even though we're not done yet, I still want more of this show. My God. But man, this episode delivered on its action and the emotional, intense dialogue between Rezarion and Miriam. Like, oh my God, so many things was just shown off there, and so many things in context now, because we saw these flashbacks, and then we get to see more context of what actually happened and what unfolded, and we get to see Rezarion's true intentions and who he really is, essentially. Like, wow. So the opening of the episode, of course, was the continuation at the end of episode 3, where Rezarion's like, Miriam, welcome home, welcome back, sister, like calling her out like that's his sister. And we get to see more context of that later to why he says that about her. So that opening action sequence in that small little area was phenomenal. Like seeing Rezarion going against the 3 of them and seeing Miriam go against this nameless, well, did they say the soldier's name before the reveal, it being her twin brother who's dead, who she actually killed? I'm not really sure, but that fight was pretty cool. But mainly it was literally Rezarion against the 3 of them, and of course, you know, Rydian, or whatever her name is, apologies for mispronouncing it. I'm pretty sure that's not the correct pronunciation or her name at all. I think it's Rydian or something. But the magic back and forth, and then of course him going against the 2 other guys as well, was insane. Like, it was on it, because see, the action has been great in this show, but for some reason this little action sequence was, wow, like next level shit. I think it's because of how powerful Rezarion really is. I think that's what really made it stand out with his magic abilities and just the visuals. It was so good. So they do escape. Unfortunately, Miriam does get shot with an arrow, but they do escape. And of course, everybody's there. Of course, that woman with the leader, the guards, whatever, and the guards are all there and shit. That they all show up at the end of that sequence. But then we get to see some info dump, essentially. We've seen this before in shows where we get info dump, but it's better when it's actually stuff we care about. And since we have that drop in episode 3 at the very end where he's like, welcome home, sister, I want to know, what is Rezarion hiding? Because she doesn't know this. Like, the woman he's talking to, something, I don't know her name, apologies, because they've only said her name like once or twice or something at this point, so I'm trying to pay attention to everything, but she doesn't really know the full details. So he goes on to say that she was a slave, and that she was raised, and I kind of saw her as a sister. Of course, we learn later on Neb, the twin brother, who is the demon undead soldier or whatever that's always with him, who never speaks. Now we understand why, because undead, and just follows his will, because it's just basically a body just following him around, essentially, who knows how to fight. But he goes on to say that she was supposed to be there as his left hand, basically his assassin, informant, whatever. Like, basically she was just going to be like, she was being raised, and essentially her twin brother Neb, just to be with him, and that's his whole idea in the terms of in her mind when he goes in there with blood magic, which she told him, because she said before she left, she's like, you deal with the dragon, and if I get any sort of hint or any sort of evidence that you did blood magic, I'm reporting you, right? Reporting you. Phone call. So, but I'm reporting you, right? Like, oh shit, like, she's serious. But of course he does it anyways. But of course they're trying to get around and everything. Miriam, of course, is in pain. We have Roland trying to convince, I forget his name, but trying to convince the other guy, who is like, there's a lot of weird shit going on here. It's like, look, if you don't trust Miriam, trust me. Because of course Miriam could say, look, because she still hasn't said it. Even though she woke up at the end of the episode, she still didn't say, oh, by the way, Hira told me that Fairbanks is the one who betrayed everybody, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, Hira's been captured, we gotta go get her. I guess that's more important in her head, but maybe you should tell everybody so everyone knows on the same page. Fairbanks is the one who is betraying everybody, right? I don't know. So there was that. So they get into the safe house and everything, and Miriam's in serious pain, and they're trying to heal her after pulling the arrow out, but there's blood magic that's interfering with it, because of course Rezarion gets a little bit of her blood, and then is using the blood, her little bit of blood, and the reason why he needs her is the reason why he wanted the circulum, which is the device. I finally figured out the name of that thing, the circulum, that wanted to use it to bring back Neb out of the, because there's like a demon possessing his body or whatever. He wants to bring Neb back from the dead without actually going about the route you're supposed to in order to use the circulum, but he needs her blood in order to do it properly without killing her. Like, that's what he's saying. So when he's in her mind, Miriam says, okay, well, if you want to go down memory lane and showing like this really happy memory of us when we were little kids, you know, me, Neb, my twin brother who's dead, and we see how that whole thing goes down in some sort of like ritual or whatever he's doing later. But when they're kids, they're all three playing and having fun. It's like, okay, if you want to go down this route of showing me memories, I'm going to show you memories of my own. We're going to go down show us bad memories. And we see from a different angle, and they're able to see all these memories kind of going through her head, of where he falls down, Rezarion, And then there's the mom, and she's standing over them. It's like, you're lesser than. You don't hurt your people that are better than you, or whatever. So we see that again. Then we also see more context of what happened when he was doing his ritual or whatever. We actually see the mom's face. And I was kind of wondering, like, why we didn't see her. I guess because when she's younger, I'm guessing when she's having these flashbacks and memories that, like, it's the voice or whatever. But I would think that they would show visually who she was, but they waited until we get to see the context of what actually went down when he was doing this ritual, and it goes out of control. And then the mom takes control, and then is going to be saying, like, capturing Neb and, like, lifting him up with, like, these magic shit, and is going to be, like, making him a soldier, right? A soldier who follows, whatever he wanted. And so Miriam, like, says, you weren't doing anything. It's like, I don't think he could have done something at the moment, right? Rezarion, like, he was kind of, like, entrapped as well. So she slaughters the mom, kills her. So she does that. Unfortunately, Neb, her twin brother, gets possessed by a demon, and then she has to stab him, and then he dies. Now, this is the implication of where she thought he was dead. That's why it was so shocking, because at first I'm thinking, before the stabbing, I'm like, okay, maybe she runs away and she just assumed that Neb died or something, but no, the reason why she thinks Neb's dead, because Neb literally was stabbed by her, and then she was told to run by Rezarion. Now, they have been kind of implying that Rezarion is not a bad guy, because of the fact that he was wanting to use the circulum not in a traditional sense. That's why he brought forth a spirit in episode 2, to see if there was a way to use the circulum without actually killing, essentially, and using it that way. And now I was thinking, with him saying he wanted her to come back and everything, so that he could use her blood, since they are twins, they're related, Neb, because he wants to bring Neb back. Not your mother, I'm guessing Neb only, because he kept saying how, he was trapped too, but, like, you weren't enslaved, man. It was a very different thing, I think, for you, Rezarion, versus Neb and Miriam's life, right? Being slaves, essentially, being brought up together. But then we get to see Rezarion's true colors, who he truly is, because when he envisions this throne and then standing in front of him in these, like, over-the-top, like, guard, like, outfits, I have no idea, is Neb and Miriam, saying that we could, all three of us could rule together, because he's like, ever since my mom died and everything, I've been trying to make changes for the better. But then when she's like, no, because he's thinking he's getting to her, right? But then she's like, no, and then he reveals himself saying, what have you done since you've left? Since you've not been a slave? You've made your own free will. What have you done? You've done this, you've done nothing. You've done mistake after mistake after mistake. And she's like, look, it's all my mistakes, but it's all been my choices. Like, I'm never going to be a slave again. I'm never going to be a thing again. I'm never going to do this. Like, because he was saying how you were born to do this, like, born to be in this role of, like basically under me, as me being the ruler and everything. Like, this is the whole point. Like, well, just because you were born for the role doesn't mean shit. We've seen plenty of stories where people are born for the role, but they don't want to do it. So she doesn't want to do it. So he reveals his true colors, because he's like, I'm offering you all this stuff. You're not accepting it. And I'll speak a language you want. Like, this is where the turning point where I just went, wow, okay. Because he says, I'm going to speak a language you'll understand. Because he's basically saying, Miriam, you're not understanding what I'm offering to you, which she understands exactly what he's talking about, but she doesn't want it. He says, I have Hira, and if you bring the circulum back, I'll give you this woman you just so desperately desire. Or what he phrased it in a way to make it sound like he doesn't understand why she wants Hira, something to that effect. But he says, I'll speak a language you understand. Bring me the circulum. I'll give you to her, which I don't believe that for shit. That's why she said at the end of the episode, we're going to save Hira. We're going to go rescue her. Like, she's not going to give up the circulum to get Hira back. But then he's like, if you run, we'll have her killed. So he's really revealing his true colors in terms of he's not exactly who he's trying to pretend to be, because he really is showing his true emotions. When she told him no, he really let it out. You were born for this role, and you've been free all this time, and you've done nothing. It's like, okay, like, you really just want her back as a slave again. You want her back as your left hand, essentially, as he said, which would usually say a right hand, but left hand, because she was supposed to be like assassin or whatever. I have no idea, but Like, he clearly just wants her back in that role. And that's why he wants Ned back, to be back in that role again. So, yeah, Twitter notifications. So yeah, this is a pretty intense episode. There's a lot of things that need to be said in terms of Miriam revealing that Fairbanks would have betrayed everything. Yeah, this show is getting really, really intense. I mean, it was already intense before this episode, but now with more information in terms of what he meant, because I was under the impression that maybe they were going to go the route of their half-brother, half-sister, but no, he understood they were slaves, that they were basically for him to be by his side, Neb and Miriam, but he saw them as brother and sister. He saw them as family in his own way. But now it's gotten more intense. And I'm wondering if he truly wants to bring back his mother. I don't know. He said he understood why Miriam had to kill her, but I don't know. I feel like he might be not telling the whole truth. Because, like, I was thinking this whole time before he revealed his true colors and when she said no to his idea of what he wanted to do, right? You, me, and then you and your brother, and all this stuff. I was thinking, like, man, he's not saying the whole truth. He's not telling her. He's telling her what he hopes she wants to hear, or what he thinks is be a good alternative to what she's doing now. Didn't go so well, did it? Didn't go so well. So yeah, overall, this is a really good episode. I cannot wait for the next one. I can't believe there's only 2 episodes left. I really wish it was like at least 8 or so, but at the same time, you know, they're doing a really good job with the runtime. They're in my opinion, they're doing a good job with the runtime they have and how many episodes they have in terms of telling the story, because man, they're not taking their foot off the gas pedal. They're just going full steam ahead, going crazy each episode, and I am enjoying the hell out of it. What you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comments below. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.